Zack Fair is spoilers for all of these Final Fantasy VII entries that you see on your screen. You are not obligated to leave. In fact, I welcome you to stay and see this until the end. But it is highly recommended that you have this prior knowledge before we continue, especially in the case of Rebirth trailers and demo, because the full game is not out as of the release of this video. So from here on out, be careful and continue at your own discretion. And once again, Zack Fair is Cloud's best friend, Shinra's favorite puppy, Aerith's first and only love. Okay? Good. Glad we can understand each other. The hero of Final Fantasy VII Original, because without what he did, there wouldn't even be a Final Fantasy VII story in the first place. The planet's secret weapon to foil Sephiroth's plan for not only in Rebirth, but more importantly in Part 3, Final Fantasy VII Redemption. Oh wait, it's too soon to announce this yet. Let me just rewind a bit. Nice. Let's go with Remake Part 3 for now. So Zack is the planet's chosen one. But how? Well, normally I would need to explain or refresh your memory on what Zack is all about. But I already did that on this video. And also, to complement even more, check out these two videos about Cloud being the real final boss of Rebirth, as well as Sephiroth's true goal in Rebirth and beyond. Yes, I remember what I said earlier about leaving this video. This is different. You can see it as like you pausing a movie, an episode that you are watching or a game that you are playing to go grab something to eat or drink. So, I would like to go back to the last chapter of FF7 Remake, to when the main party are up against Sephiroth, and see what exactly happened there, and how will that lead them into Rebirth and Part 3, and why the planet decided to bet its future, its fate, everything, in Zack being their last hope against Sephiroth. Speaking of Sephiroth, it is very apparent that the Sephiroth that we see in Remake is the same Sephiroth from the OG FF7 that later also appeared in Advent Children, that somehow, through the livestream, he travels back in time and decides that he wants to become one with Cloud. I mean, he wants Cloud to join him and be by his side, so that they can defy destiny together. However, he has limitations on how much he can influence the story in Remake, at least at the beginning. That is thanks to the Harbingers of Fate, or Whispers for short, sent by the planet to ensure that destiny maintains its course. The problem is, Sephiroth is able to disrupt this destiny barrier and open a wound in the world that little by little increases until it can no longer be maintained. And as he goes deep into the source of this power of the Whispers, he makes Cloud and the rest of the gang follow him and weaken this power source, so that later Sephiroth is able to absorb this power of the Whispers into him and be able to take control of destiny. Then why did Sephiroth ask Cloud for help at the edge of creation? Is he not in control of the narrative now? Is there some other enemy that he's worried about? Why, yes. Yes, there is. The enemy that he is so worried about is the main party of FF7, of course. Minus Cloud, since he will join him later. But didn't Sephiroth get ultra mega strong at the end of Remake? Can't he just use his newfound powers to manipulate the world? Well, in a way, yeah. But we don't know how much control he has over the Whispers, the strength output he can give them, and how effectively he can use them. Otherwise, he would just be spamming infinite Whispers to attack everybody in the world, while he would be at Costa del Sol drinking pina coladas and getting tan all day long. Remember that Sephiroth does not have the same energy reserves that the planet has, because although he wants to desperately become a godly being, he is not quite there yet. There's two things we can confirm from this. First, the planet no longer has control over the Whispers. The second, there was made some sort of duplication of the world right at the moment that the party entered the rift created by Sephiroth. Because due at the lack of success in stopping him, the planet in a last-ditch effort chose, out of all of the moments in the FF7 story, to change Zack's destiny. Even glimpses foreshadowing this were being shown to the gang through the memory leaks out of the Rift of the World that Sephiroth later stepped into. Wait a minute, but weren't the Whispers there to prevent Zack from coming out of that battle alive? To ensure that the story would remain the same? That would imply that he wanted to create interference in that particular moment in Zack's last stand, in some way. But that's not what it was about. Sephiroth had no intention of changing Zack's destiny in the first place. How can I be so sure of this? Because of what he says at this moment.
Sephiroth! Hey!
No, not you.
Sephiroth, without a doubt, was not expecting Zack to be there or even alive for that matter. I actually thought that he would be able to sense all the beings with Genova cells in them. But maybe that only works when the beings that have Genova cells are either in a vegetable state, which can be controlled, or when their minds and wills are weakened, like Cloud for example. I mean, you just saw it. Sephiroth is very determined to not have his plans fail once again. That is why he came to the church in the Sector 5 slums to find the other Aerith, to clean house in this timeline and leave no loose ends. But surprisingly, Zack is there, and calls out Sephiroth, who didn't even notice them while he was climbing up the stairs. And what does he do after that? He attacks him, as opposed to Cloud, who he embraces with his whole heart, that emits kindness and warmth, like a parent to his baby child. Zack, who is a wild card at this point, shouldn't be there, but he is, and he is here to stay, to bring peace, freedom, justice, and security to the world once again. I mean, he will be a key player in saving the world one more time. Because if Cloud ever goes astray and is in need of help, you can bet that our boy Zack Fair will be there to save Cloud's ass and put him on the right path yet again. And that is something that displeases Sephiroth greatly. Of course, at the end of the day, this is just a prediction, a theory if you may, a game theory. But a lot of things point out for this to be the case. Am I right? Am I wrong? Will this age to be like dry-aged milk or like exquisite wine? You decide. I mean, time will tell. But you can comment on what your thoughts are down below. And subscribe to the channel while you're at it. All it takes is one click. Super easy and barely an inconvenience. With all that said and done, I want to thank you for watching and still being here. It means a lot and I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a good day. Take care and stay safe, everyone.